Hello dear students, my name is Shaina Gupta and I am an assistant professor in RPIIT Medical and Technical Campus. Today in the series of Theory of Cost, we will discuss about the concept of cost-output relationship in a long run. Now, what is the long run cost? Long run means the time period that is long enough that all the factors of production are variable in that time. Long run is the time period where all the variable factors, or we can say all the factors of production, becomes variable. Here the entrepreneur has a number of choices that he can increase the plant size or he can increase the level of output. He has number of choices that he can do to increase the plant size and the output, level of output. The long run cost curve is also known as the planning curve, and the long run average cost curve is derived from the short run average cost curves. If we want to draw a long run average cost curve, what we do, we draw the short run average cost curves and then we draw the tangent from those short run average cost curves that will give us the long run average cost curve. That we will discuss in further slides. So now the long run average cost is named as, it is known as the envelope cost and it is also known as the planning curve. Why is it known as the envelope cost? It is known as the envelope cost because it closes all the short run cost curves in between. The curve is created as an envelope of an infinite number of short run average total cost curves. And why is it called the planning curve? Because with the help of this curve, the firm can plan how much produce, how much quantity, different quantities of plant can produce, so that if they want to minimize their cost and maximize their production, they can easily plan around if we know about the long run average cost curve. Now, the LRAC, that is long run average cost curve, is always U-shaped, that reflects the economies of scale when it is negatively sloped, and diseconomies of scale when it is positively sloped. Now, when it was declining, that means we have the economies of scale, and when it is rising upward on a upward sloping, that means the diseconomies of scale. Some industries will have the L-shaped LRAC and the economies of scale will increase indefinitely for those firms. Initially, the long run average cost will rapidly fall, but after a certain point, it will remain flat, or at its right hand end, it may even slope gently downward. Now, if we can see the curve of the long run average cost curve, what we have, when it was declining, it was the economies of scale, that it has a flattened end, that is constant return to scale, and then it starts rising, that gets the diseconomies of scale. This is the long run average cost curve. Falls, constant, then start rising. Then long run average cost curve, how we draw it, let's see. Now, if the anticipated rate of output is 200 per units of time, that means the output rate is 200 units. The firm will choose the smallest plant. It will build the scale of plant given by SAC. If you can see the curve there is a SAC, short run average cost curve is there, CAC 1. And it operates it at a point A, and the operation of that plant will be at point A where the cost is minimum. Because the fact that the output of 200 units, the cost per unit is lowest with the plant size 1, which is the smallest of all the 4 plants. Now, if the sales expands the volume by 400 units, now the plant size will be increased, and then the desired output will be attained by the scale of plant represented by SAC at the point B. Again at point B, SAC square will have the minimum cost. Then comes, now if we anticipate the output will increase more, then our output will be 600 now. So the firm will build the size of plant that is represented by SAC3, and it will operate at point C, where the average cost will be round about 26 and the lowest will be on the point C. Now if they anticipate that if now again the output rate will increase to 1000 per unit of time, then the firm will build the scale of plant given, or we can say represented by SAC5, and it will operate at point E. Now what we are doing, we are drawing a line tangent to every minimum cost point of every plant. A, B, C, D, E, we are drawing a line or drawing a curve tangent to these curves. Now, if we are drawing the tangent of each short run cost curve, we will get the long average cost curve LAC. The LAC will be U-shaped, but if we see clearly, it is more flatter than the short run average cost curves. Mathematically, if we express it, the long run average cost curve is the enveloping all the SAC curves. Now in this figure, LAC, long run average cost curve of the firm, is lowest at point C. CM quantity or the CM cost is the minimum cost for the OM output can be obtained. What we see here is CM cost is the lowest cost on the LAC curve, and when we have the lowest cost at CM, we can operate or we can obtain OM quantity of the output. That's all in the long run average cost curve. I hope the concept of theory of cost is clear to you. For similar videos, keep watching RPIIT Academics channel. That's all for today. Thank you.